So you want to start by getting a cap from an old milk or juice jug, and you want to coat the sides of that with some black paint. Just the sides, leave the inside plain for now. Just like that. And then take a small piece of 3mm craft foam and just run a thin line of hot glue right along the top side of your bottle cap. And then just push your foam on all the way around. You want it so it sticks up just a little bit above the top of the bottle cap. So then you want to take another piece of craft foam, you want it to extend a little bit beyond the bottom of the bottle cap, and you want to measure it so it's long enough to go all the way around the cap. So when you got it measured, just put a little bit of glue on the edges and connect them together so that you end up with a nice little loop. And your bottle cap should squish right into that. You want it to be nice and snug so it can squish right into that. That way you'll still be able to raise up the top of the Omnitrix and push it back down whenever you want. So then you'll take another piece of foam about the same size as that piece on the bottom. You wrap it around one side, and then you wrap another piece around the other side so that there's a little bit of a gap between the two ends on each side. So you just glue those in place once you've got them measured. One on one side and one on the other side. Again, you should have a gap in between those on each side. Kind of see them there, one on each side. So then you just take a tiny little piece of craft foam, you glue one on each of those pieces that you just glued on, two rectangles you glue on, one on each side. So then lay down your finished circle. You want to lay that on a piece of craft foam and just kind of trace out the shape of the bottom of it, and then just kind of draw it down to make the wristband shape. Then you'll just cut that out. You'll cut two of those, and that should fit right under your top circle. You want it to extend out beyond it, just like that. And you'll do one for each side. Then just put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom and glue it onto each side of the wristband, just like that. And then of course your little circle can still pop up and pop back down. So then take a mini glue stick and you just want to cut a small piece off of it, and then you'll cut another small piece off the other side and just get rid of the rest of it. And then you'll hot glue the hot glue stick one onto each side, and this is what those little gaps are for. The pieces of the glue stick will get glued right into the openings there where those two gaps are, one on each side. And so then on each side you want to cut a little rectangle right at the edge of the circle, just a little gap, cut it right out of the wristband, one on each side. So that'll go right around your wrist, just like that. And so then just take your circle out of the center there, and you want to take some neon green paint. I'm actually using some glow-in-the-dark paint here, and I'm using puffy paint because that's what I had on hand, but you can just use regular paint if you want to. It doesn't have to be raised up, but I kind of like the raised up look, so that's why I use the puffy paint. You'll draw your hourglass on the top, and then the little symbols on the side so you can see those when it raises up. If you use the glow in the dark, it's cool because then it does really glow in the dark. I did not put a green light inside this one, so the glow in the dark is kind of a nice effect. So there's that. So then going back to the actual wristband, you just want to take a little bit of gray paint, and you'll start by going around that inner circle with the gray paint, and then you'll also paint the hot glue sticks. So there's the circle painted and the hot glue sticks painted on each side, and then the two little pieces that were white foam, got them painted gray now. And so then take some green and you'll paint the wristband green. You want to make sure that you leave a center stripe down the middle. You want to either leave that black, or if your craft foam isn't black, then you'll just paint it black. So you'll paint the two outsides green and then the outside of the circle green as well. So here's that with the outside of the circle green, and then the stripes down the wristband, green on each side with the black stripe in the middle. So then back over on the top circle, you just want to paint the outround of it gray, leave the inside of the circle black. There's that one is gray, and then on the very inside you just want to go around the hourglass with some black paint. You want to paint the entire rest of it all black. Just like that. And so then that will just pop right back into the center of your Omnitrix. Again, you want it to be nice and snug. Then just put a piece of sticky back Velcro on each end of the wristband. You'll be able to close that right around your wrist. So there it is. And then to pop up the hourglass, you just pull it up. You can see your little symbols on it, and then you can pop it back down.